Hi folks, my name is Cathal Redmond. I'm TEAGASC Arable Nutrient Management Technologist and Crop Nutrition Club Advisor working on the NUTRI-CHECK network project, which aims to increase the precision to which nutrients are supplied to productive arable crops. Today I'm here with Don Summers. Don is one of our Crop Nutrition Club members here in Ireland. We are on his farm in Oilgate County, Wexford, and Don farms really everywhere between sandy clay loams to deep clays and everything and anything in between. Topcon is actually allowing you to use manure. I suppose it's not really variable rate manure application, but just go into a little bit of detail on the chicken litter you're using, because there's technology there as well.
Yeah, by using the technology we already have, the spreader I use, this one doesn't have weight cells or can't do variable rate, but I have a weighing system on my loader, so I'm able to weigh the amount of organic manure that goes into the spreader. We would get it checked during the year. When we take in the chicken manure, we would send off random samples to have them analysed to know how much N, P and K is in that, so we know what the nutrient levels are, we know how many tonnes we have. So we do a nutrient management plan based on the soil tests, and then we know how much of that particular organic manure we need to apply to every acre. So we weigh it going into the spreader with the loader, and we apply it then using the auto steer system. So we're mapping the area, we're putting it on, we know how many tonnes of the product have gone on every acre, and the tractor is steered using GPS, so we know exactly what area is spread, and we can be as accurate as possible with our equipment to know what we've put out on every acre.
So there's obviously massive environmental benefits on that as well. And then on top of that, just maybe you'd go into a bit of the detail on the nitrogen use efficiency.
Yeah, there's definitely savings by being able to apply exactly the right amount of fertiliser that's required, not over applying, but equally not under applying. So like I said, we use soil tests based on yield maps. So traditionally we'd have soil sampled our fields, just divide up a field based on the area required for a soil test and apply fertiliser based on that. But by having yield maps, we were able to look at over a number of years what were the high yielding, the low yielding and the average yielding parts of the field, and do soil tests specifically in those areas. Then we could apply the fertiliser according to the crop's requirements and the soil requirements and the yield potential of the crop. So that definitely gave us a more efficient use of fertiliser. And then, for example, in 2022, I was given the opportunity to try a TopconN Sensor, and how that worked was, it was on the roof of the tractor, it scanned the crop as I drove through it and adjusted the fertiliser rate or the nitrogen rate according to the crop's ability to use nitrogen. And in that year, TEAGASC did some tests on the crop. We looked at the yield that came off it, the nitrogen levels in the grain that came off, and the nitrogen that was applied, and we got an average nitrogen use efficiency rate of 89%, which would be, even in 2022, that would be a very high efficiency rate, and a lot of that would have been down to using the technology to use nutrients more efficiently.